Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's straight out of Boston, and today I'm back for episode number 11 of my New Orleans Pelicans MyLeague series here on NBA 2K17. So in this episode, we're taking on the Portland Trail Blazers in one of the final regular season games of the year for the New Orleans Pelicans. We entered the game, I should say, at 57-17, 3.5 games up on Portland for the #1 seed in the Western Conference, and we're 4 up in the loss column. So a win in tonight's ball game, with only 8 games left in the regular season, would go a very long ways towards us locking down that #1 seed in the West. Pretty much, we would be up 5 in the loss column with 7 games to play. You know, theoretically, that's pretty much, I mean, the way we've been playing, I would be very shocked if we lost. I mean, we would have to lose pretty much all 7, 6 of our last 7, something like that. So if we win tonight, we can pretty handily say we're going to be the #1 team in the West come playoff time, and that would be huge for us. We've been a lot better at home all season than we have been on the road. Damian Lillard getting involved early. He beats Lonzo Ball off the dribble right there, but really what this game was all about was our three-point shooting. Obviously, we've built, if you watched last episode, you know that we've kind of built this team on defense so far this year. We're giving up the least number of points per game so far this season for any team in the NBA, but we were really hitting the three-point shot, and it led to an offensive outburst of sorts for us. I was also playing on 12-minute quarters for the first time, so you're going to see me put up the highest number of points I've put up in a video so far with this team. And it's actually not even going to be by a close margin either, you'll see by the end of it. Here is Doncic coming off of a screen. Actually, excuse me, that's Jake Layman. They got one white guy confused for another, and Layman hits the three right there. 43-23 is the score. We're already up by 20 points in this first quarter, absolutely taking it to this Portland team on their home court. Here is Lonzo Ball trying to drive by Lillard. He steps back but finds Davis cutting to the basket, and Anthony Davis slams that one down. We're up into the 50s already early on in the second quarter. Now midway through, Evan Turner gives this one right back, and that's going to be an easy lay-in for Noah Vonleh. Now 57-41. Blazers cut it all the way down to 16. They're going to get it down to 14 here in a sec as Lillard gets by his man and puts the floater off the glass. Now Doncic with the ball, receiving the screen from Davis. He gives this one up to Ball in the corner, and Lonzo Ball knocks down that three. We get our lead back up to 17. Now it's back up to 19. Pick and roll with Papagiannis, who's rolling right to the basket, and he's going to slam that one down with 2 hands. He's already got 13 points on the evening, as he would have a nice game in the starting lineup, as he has replaced Joakim Noah in the starting lineup and started over him in tonight's game and played pretty well as they started with the first unit. 71-49 now. That's a three-pointer from Matthew Dellavedova, getting the lead back down to 19. Now it's a 17-point game right before the half. Aminu's jumper is good, so it will be 71-56 as we go into the break. Taking a look at the halftime stats, we're shooting 54% from the field, and we have hit, I want to say, somewhere around 11 or 12 three-pointers already. So on our way probably to breaking the franchise record for three-pointers in a game. And there you can see Davis with the slam right there in the pick and roll. Now Jackson in transition, he puts up a 3, and he knocks that one down. We go back up by 21 points. Now here we go, Davis backing down his man in the post. He's going to go with the little shimmy and the fadeaway, knocking that one down with the great release. So Davis trying to use him a little bit more. You guys have talked about how I need to be a bit more aggressive with him in the video, so I was trying to get him more involved early on. You can see going to him in the post once again here, and he's going to hit the and one layup, and he would end the night with 22 points and 8 rebounds. Scored all 22 of his points. Actually, that free throw that he hit right there was his 22nd and final point of the night, so he could have scored a lot more, but we ended up playing our bench unit for pretty much the entire fourth quarter. I think Davis played a little bit, but I didn't really give him any shots. Tyus Jones hitting that three-pointer. We just picked him up at the deadline, and he played pretty well in his first game. Didn't really shoot the ball great with him, but still he playmaked a lot. He created some offense for us. I liked what he did as our first guard off the bench. 103-77 is the score. It's Andrew Harrison, who actually played pretty well in his new role, not really as the backup point guard, but more as a guy who can just come in off the bench and focus on scoring the basketball, and he did just that in this game. There is Layman hitting another 3. He had, I think, 9 points on the evening. Tyus Jones here with 10 assists already in this game, and you're going to see there a three-pointer. Makes it 113-84, I believe, at the end of the third quarter, but still, we are well ahead in the fourth. Great pass by Noah, who, coming off the bench, didn't really play a lot, but still had a good game. I think he grabbed 8 or 9 rebounds, had like 6 points, I want to say. As a Jinko, I think he might have even gotten into double digits, as he had a nice game off the bench as well. And really, the team is just meshing at the right time, playing really good basketball, and, I'd have to say, we're probably one of the favorites in the Western Conference. I mean, best team in the league, best record, home court advantage. We haven't really been there before. Davis only has 1 playoff series under his belt, and it was a sweep at the hands of the Warriors back in 2015, so not a lot of experience on this team, and Davis, I think, is probably the only guy who's on this roster other than maybe Noah and Zebo, I guess, and maybe a couple other veterans who have actually played in the playoffs before. I mean, our core is still so young, so it's going to be interesting to see how it works out, but we're going to be in the playoffs. It looks like we're going to be the #1 seed, and I hope you guys are excited to see that because that's what's going to be coming in the next episode. Final score is 140-106. We demolished the Trailblazers. Player of the game is the Brow, Anthony Davis. He had 22, 8, and I believe 5 assists, so spreading the ball around as well when he had his touches. We ended up putting up 101 shots. We hit 21 3-pointers out of 48, and I checked a little bit there in the fourth quarter, but I was actually 16 of 31 at one point, and that was pretty much at the end of the third quarter. So once we had the bench unit in the fourth quarter, I was kind of just chucking and trying to see if I could break a couple records. But anyway, look how evenly distributed the points were scored by our team. We had, 6 guys, 7 guys in double figures, and then Heald had 9, Nijinka had 8. Everyone who played had at least 6 points. So it was a really great game by the entire team. That's going to do it. Hope you guys did enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Peace.